Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash. We're back with more Mortal Kombat Armageddon for the Wii Conquest mode. This is part 2, and unfortunately in part 1 I did not get to the area I wanted to save the video in, because if you didn't see in my last video, towards the end of the video in part 1, my dad accidentally was coming in here interrupting me, telling me about, I paused it in the middle of the conversation because I didn't think he was going to talk for that long, but he came back home for fishing and he had to come, or maybe he wasn't even left yet and he had to come home and tell me, or I don't know, maybe he was still home the whole entire time, but he wanted to tell me before he left. But he told me, to make sure not to rage, and hopefully there's nothing rageable in this game that'll make me rage, because obviously Michael Wayne will be working all day. He works till, like, pretty much all day, But anyway, this was not the area I wanted to save for part 2, and unfortunately, because I was trying to unpause the video after when Dad was done talking to me, I unfortunately accidentally pressed the end button for my part 1 video, and I was pretty mad. I was very upset, and now I had to do a part 2 of me going through this. This was not the area I wanted to save it in. I told you in part 1, I showed you the area that I wanted to save it for part 2, but unfortunately, because my video got messed up in part 1, because I actually pressed stop when I was trying to unpause the video. Of course I know what button I was pressing. It's just because I couldn't get my finger all the way down, because for this phone to stand up like this, I'm using my suitcase to hold this phone up, and the handle is what's causing the phone to go up, and when I was trying to press it all the way down to get to that pause button, unfortunately it ended up stopping before, it made me actually stop the stop button by accident, because it bent forward when I was trying to pull the handle down to make me unpress the pause button. So unfortunately, now I have to do 3 parts of this now, because unfortunately part 1 got ruined, and of course I can't go back to where I previously was at to restart everything, so sorry guys, I'm gonna have to do 3 parts of this now. So like I said, this was not the area I wanted to save part 2 for, so because my video accidentally got ended early in part 1 by complete accident, like I was almost nearly done with this as well in part 1, and unfortunately because I accidentally ended the video too early in part 1, which I'm still mad about, unfortunately, now I have to make a 3-part video, so I have to do 3 parts of me going through Shao Kahn's fortress. This is part 2. This was not even meant to be part 2, but unfortunately I have no other choice. So this is part 2. This is where we left off at, to where we were in the middle of this area. As you can see, there's some gates locked, and there's some people inside that are locked up. If you try to unlock it, it's going to tell it's locked, but listen to what the guys say. He said, "Free me now." He said, "Free me now." This guy will say, he said, "You don't know what it's like in here." I think there's another guy in this door. Yep. Let me out of here. There's a guy in here. Please help me, I'm innocent, he says. And I think there's another guy in this door, I think. No, there's no guy in this door. There's usually only 4 guys in each door. These last 2 doors, there's nothing inside here, but you're going to want to go through all the doors. So in order to rescue those people, you're going to want to use the ground pound to unlock all the doors.
Let's get out of here. Which way? I don't know. This way.
So that's how you free them all, and they'll go down in there and open the door. And before you enter into that room, you're going to want to make sure you check all the rooms before you leave, because you will not be able to come back. So go through all 6 rooms, including the ones that those monks, I think, is that what they were? The monks were locked in. So I think there's a, yep, there is a relic in here. So relic number 51, Draman's mask. It's kind of interesting we're getting his mask here in Shao Kahn's fortress as a relic, because you'd probably be thinking, because we encountered him earlier in the Netherrealm Cliffs, you'd probably be thinking we should have already got his mask as a relic earlier, but never mind. So Draman's mask will be in here as a relic. I'm trying to be happy, y'all. I'm still very upset that my part 1 video actually got ended early when I was trying to unpause it, but because of this hook being in the way on my suitcase, to where it's helping me have this phone standing up on, unfortunately I accidentally ended the video too early. I'm pretty mad about that. It's not my dad's fault either. I mean, even though Dad said sorry, but God, I don't know if this is the yeah, okay. I couldn't remember, because I think there is a chest in one of those locked gates where the monks were in. I think it contains poison, I think. I don't know. But anyway, when you go across this other side where we got Draman's mask, if you go across the other side, there is a treasure chest in here, and once you kick it open, it will contain Tanya's alternate costume. I have to believe this is pretty much Tanya's costume that was in Mortal Kombat 4 when she made her debut, so it's not bad. I quite like it because, you know, it's Mortal Kombat 4 inspiration, so that's cool. I think I like her default costume better, but her Mortal Kombat 4 classic outfit here for her alternate costume's not bad, so I like it. It's alright. Tanya's a pretty cool character, you know. I do remember I said that before when we got her choker as a relic, and you know, she's also actually also became a DLC in Mortal Kombat X as well. Pretty cool. So let's go to the next two rooms before we exit out of here and go into that other room to where the monks went into. There's a music note in here, pick it up. It will contain the Hell Fight Tune soundtrack. Cool. That's actually where we fought Motaro and Moloch in for the previous training sessions we had to do. Motaro and Moloch were definitely very tough. I mean, they're both tough, period, but Moloch was definitely much tougher to fight. I was done with fighting Moloch. I was so glad I beat him on my second attempt because Moloch was just tough. I hate fighting Moloch. Thank God that fight was over. And there is another orb in here. You'll get more health. That increased a lot of health, kind of, actually. That's pretty cool. Oh, God. Yep, that was the one that contained poison. Whew, thank God I got out of the way just in time. I almost nearly got caught. That was close. That was super, super close. Nearly came that close to being hit because I thought it was a good chest. So there's two more rooms. These will be the last two rooms. Like I said, there's still more stuff we need to collect before we exit out of here. Over here will be another relic. This will be relic number 52, Mocap's Sensors. Screw Mocap. I don't give a crap about that character. He's a really stupid character. Mocap is just a character that's just basically a human that's wearing, you know, those little mocap suits, you know, where it's, you know, it's those blue suits with black helmets, and, you know, they have these little orbs on them all over their suits, you know, it's like when you're doing green screen effects, you know. So screw Mocap. He's a disgraceful character. I don't know what the developers think in making Mocap as a character in Mortal Kombat. He's a disgraceful character. Screw him. Disgraceful character Mocap is. I don't give a crap about Mocap. Mocap is a big disgrace. So anyway, there will be another item in here. You kick open this treasure chest, and it will contain a Creative Fighter armor suit, and it will contain the Elder God's female armor shoulders. Awesome. And we will eventually unlock the male ones a little bit later on as well. But anyway, that's all the items that we need to collect, so we can officially exit out of here and go into the next room to where those monks went into when we freed them. Now this fight is going to be without a doubt pretty tough. Now a cutscene will happen as soon as we enter here, so watch what happens. And it looks like he had one of the monks, and apparently this guy just cut his head off with his axe. Now this guy is called oh God, he almost hit me. You're gonna want to avoid him because if he hits you with his weapon, he will instantly kill you. So what you need to do is, you need to wait for him to go. Oh God, I hate that move. God, I hate that move. So you want to wait for him to stand close to the middle, and he will eventually, you know, go into the middle. I thought he was there in the middle. The problem is I can't turn around, so I can't see if he's in the middle or not. I wish there was an easier way for me to just, you know, press the sensor bar and for me to... Why do you have to, like, instantly turn your character around in order to be able to see? See, I couldn't see! Look at that! I couldn't see! And I got killed for it. God! So you need to wait for him to be in the center and use your ground pound to be able to get him caught into the fire, and I think you can get some free hits on him, I don't know. But obviously I got killed because I couldn't see! Like, there is a way you can put an eyeball onto the sensor bar and you can, like, use your Wii Remote to, like, turn around, but unfortunately I couldn't see anything. I don't know what I was supposed to freaking do. Like, how are you supposed to turn around and see? Like, come on! This is gonna be a much rather difficult fight because of the fact that I can't see crap. It's like, you know, what you really need to do is use your time stopper to stop him. It's better if you use your time stopper. So wait till he's... Oh my God. See, the problem is I can't see. So use your time stopper. The time stopper is much easier to use, and that'll give you plenty of advantage to be able to get him into the fire. Now, you can't get a free hit on him, so unfortunately I have to wait till he's in the close by again. I hear that spinning thingamajig going on, so that's a spin move. See, I can't even hear. I can't even see. Like, how the heck are you... Like, I literally can't turn around and see. He's always right behind me. How am I supposed to turn around and see? Screw this fight. This is a stupid, disgraceful fight. I hate it. Oh god, he almost killed me right there. This is a disgrace because I can't turn my camera around in order to be able to see him. Oh, this will be a heck of a lot easier now. God dang it! I ran out of special meter bar. Crap. God, I was so close. God. The problem is I don't have any more special meter bars, so I'm probably going to end up dying. Oh, never mind. Okay, thank God. So you only need to do it 3 times, okay. Well, at least you get a 4 times the charm in case you miss one, so that's good. So never mind, I'm good. Look who this is. This is a character behind this door. And we will eventually find out who that is when we get that key, because we need to use that key to unlock the door. Now, before you exit out of here, when we do open this key, it'll pretty much unlock all the doors that are right next to us, except for this one right here, except for this door right here. After we, get the key, we're going to want to do something. So hold on, let me get the key real quick, and it'll unlock all the doors, right next to us, including that character that's behind the door. Watch what happens. So we're going to get a cutscene.
Ranger, the key you found, it will unlock my cell door. Please free me. How do I know you won't attack me? You have only my word. I am not here to do battle with you. My task is to eliminate Shao Kahn. Alone? This I must see.
Taven's just laughing at him.
Thank you, stranger. I am Shujinko. I am Taven. You plan to defeat Shao Kahn? Whole realms have tried to overthrow him. Not only will I defeat him, but a host of his allies. They are in his chamber now, plotting some coming battle. I allowed myself to be captured. From this dungeon, I can enter Shao Kahn's soul chamber. Once there, I will be able to destroy Shao Kahn and all his allies in one stroke. I suggest you leave quickly, David, for I cannot guarantee your safety. My safety? I just defeated this entire... foolish old man.
Yep, that was Shujinko. Now, a pretty interesting fact about Shujinko is that he was actually the main character in Mortal Kombat Deception. I believe Mortal Kombat Deception was the previous Mortal Kombat game before this game, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, was released. And Shujinko was the main character in Mortal Kombat Deception. Like, you can unlock him as a playable fighter, but you have to unlock him in Conquest mode, though. Shujinko is actually the main character in Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode. And it's pretty interesting because when you first play, he's actually really, really young. He's like a teenager, actually kid age. And as you progress in Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode, he ages, and eventually, he gets up to a certain age, and once you finish Conquest mode, he gets up to that age that we saw him in as an old man, and unfortunately he does not get his task complete, and he ends up getting captured. And I believe at the end of the game, when he gets captured, this is probably where he ended up being in Shao Kahn's dungeon. So yep, we just freed him. And apparently now he's going to try to get back to his quest that he began in Mortal Kombat Deception and try to take out Shao Kahn. But will he have any luck though? Because Shao Kahn's not easy to defeat, so I guarantee he's going to die. I guarantee Shujinko's going to get killed by Shao Kahn. But anyway, you're going to want to collect rewards before you go into that green ore, because it'll take you to the next part of the dungeon, the next part of the fortress. So let me go ahead and collect everything real quick. You want to use your ground pound to I believe it'll unlock a chest. Yep, a chest will appear. Kick it open. It will contain Shujinko's alternate costume. It's not too bad, I guess. I mean, I guess this alternate costume of Shujinko ain't too bad. He doesn't have his hair anymore. He's got a bald head. It kind of looks like if he's one of those, like, meditation guys, He looks like if he's one of those, like, Japanese guys or something, He's kind of dressing like one, and, he's bald, It's like it's one of those little... It's one of those kind of guys, when they meditate and everything, they go the Om and stuff like that. That's what he looks like in this costume to me. It's not the most inspiring alternate costume, but I guess it's okay. I think I prefer it better in his default costume, which we saw him in when we freed him with his hair and stuff. But, never mind. There's not really a lot to discuss about Shijinko. Like I said, I don't really care too much about the character. And plus, all of his special moves are just stupid, because all his special moves are just rip-off from other characters. So, you know, he just copies moves. Like, he's got Scorpion Spear, Sub-Zero's Freeze. I think he's got Liu Kang's Bicycle Kick, so he just copies special moves. That's all his special moves are, just rip-off from other characters. Really stupid. I think he's even got Raiden's Torpedo move in this game as well, so... He's just got rip-off special moves. That's all he's got. It's really stupid. And you know, it's even a rip-off when he uses Scorpion Spear, because even in his own voice, he even says Scorpion's catchphrase, "Get over here." Sounds like crap when he does it. I mean, it's funny, but it sounds like crap when he says it. Of course, Scorpion says it better, especially when he was originally voiced by one of the developers of this game. I think he's the director of this game, I think, as well, Ed Boon, you know. The original voice behind Scorpion's "Get over here" catchphrase, and of course will always be the original catchphraser for Scorpion's "Get over here" catchphrase. But anyway, you notice that this gate is the only one that's locked compared to all the other gates. I mean, this one is locked too because we just came in here earlier. But like I said, when we got the key, we freed Shijinko from this room and also unlocked this door as well. This one is locked. What you actually need to do, you see all these fires surrounding the area? This is the only one that doesn't have a fire. You need to shoot a fireball at it, and that will unlock this door, and you can go inside and get rewards. I don't think there's any relics in here, but I'll check in here anyway to make sure. No, there's no relics. But there is a golden chest. You kick it open, and it will contain the Creator Fighter Elder God's male armor shoulders. Awesome! I did mention earlier in part 1, we unlocked the female shoulder armors of the Elder Gods. Now we unlock the male ones, so pretty cool. But anyway, let's get out of here now. And of course, now we're ready to enter that room. That green ore is where we need to go to anyway, so we're going to have to go inside no matter what. But you're going to want to go to the left first and collect that, I think it was a music note? Yeah, music note, because it will contain a soundtrack, Goro's Lair fight tune. Awesome. And we will actually encounter Goro a little bit later on in the next video as well, because unfortunately after when we enter into the room that I was originally wanting to go into to save it for a part 2, but unfortunately because my dad interrupted me by accident in part 1 and accidentally made me end my video earlier in part 1, or really I was trying to unpause it, but unfortunately because this handle was in the way of my suitcase, I couldn't unpause it and I accidentally pressed the end button. This is why now I have to do 3 different parts of me going through this Shao Kahn's fortress area. So when we come back with part 3, we will encounter Goro then, and some other things. But anyway, before you go into that green ore, make sure you collect that up ahead, because it's another relic. It's relic number 53, Shijinko's medal. And you pretty much already saw it right behind him before we unlocked him out of his cage as well. So apparently Shijinko just dropped his medal before he exited out of here. But never mind. So we're free now. We got everything that we needed to get before we exit out of here. So now we can go into this green ore. And it says, "Do you wish to leave the dungeon and go back to the elevator?" Well, we did collect everything, so yes. So we're going to enter the elevator and go into the next floor.
Quan Chi was not in the dungeon. Something Shujinko said might imply that he is in the throne room. Hopefully this lift will take you there.
Alright. So this is not it just yet. We're going to enter this elevator and hold on. We're going to come in here real quick. And we're going to... Well, we can save it for a checkpoint right here, but this is not the area I want to save it for, so... to save it for part 3, so... Let me go ahead and just walk all around and get these coins real quick before we grab that cleaver, because that'll activate a fight scene. And... when we get that music note, it'll contain the soundtrack for the Wastelands fight tune. Cool. And we got more coins. And now we're ready to grab that little cleaver. I think it's a cleaver. I don't know. But anyway, we grab it and a fight scene will emerge. Now it's another room where you can see you can throw your enemies into these walls and not, but you can just easily cut them. So the left button just cuts them in half. Pretty cool. Oh my god. These guys can be a little bit tough. The down one does this. Hold on. Splits them in half. I like the down one because it splits them in half. Look at that. Kind of reminds me of Kung Lao's classic fatality in Mortal Kombat 2 when he had that, where he splits them in half with his razor hat. Pretty cool. I like that. The up one does this. He pretty much cuts them in half with the up one, but it's the opposite. See how it's the opposite? Because he cuts them from the groin to the head. Look at that. So the down one cuts them from head to groin, and the down one cuts them from groin to head. So the down and the up attack, I like it best with the cleaver, and the right one cuts them in half as well. So does the left one, I think. Yep. I like doing the up attack and the down attack because it just cuts them completely in half, you know. God dang it, these projectiles. It's starting to get pretty annoying. You're dead. It's even cool for a little while you still see the bodies laying around as well. So for a little while the bodies will still be laying around, but eventually they will disappear, you know. It's pretty cool. I like that. Look at that. Look at that. How gruesome is that? Now, of course, if you do end the fight before we reach up to the next floor in the elevator, we will still be riding. Of course, we'll probably most likely still be riding on the elevator before the fight is over because, you know, we can end them pretty quickly with the cleaver, so there we go. So, now we enter this room, and we enter this door, and believe after this one, this is the area I wanted to save it for in part 2. Oh my god, I should have not gone any further. So like I said, we're going to save this for part 2 when we come in here. As soon as we enter this room, a fight scene will happen, but we're going to save this for part 3. This is what I wanted to save this for part 2 originally, during part 1. This is what I wanted to save part 2 for. But unfortunately, because my dad accidentally made me, you know, when I was trying to unpause the video, I unfortunately accidentally ended it too early, and this is what happened. So, this is the area I wanted to save for originally for part 2, but because the video accidentally ended too early in part 1, now we had to save this for part 3. So, this is where we're going to end it off, y'all. Part 2... surprisingly took just almost as long as part 1 did, but, you know, at least we finally got to where we wanted to go originally to for part 2, but unfortunately we're going to save this for part 3. I'm still mad that I didn't save this for part 2, because that was originally what I was wanting to save it for, but unfortunately because I accidentally ended the video early in part 1, I had no other choice but to have to do this for part 2. But anyway, so when we come back, we will do part 3, and we will take out that big Shao Kahn statue and continue to advance forward in Shao Kahn's fortress. But until then, we're going to end it off right here, y'all. You know, because I accidentally ended my video too early in part 1, I didn't even get to do my outro as well, because I didn't think I was going to actually end the video too early in part 1, so I didn't even get to do my outro in part 1. But at least I get to do my outro here now, so I can do my outro here now. Pretty cool. I'm going to check the relics real quick. So yeah, I've almost got all the relics. I'm almost nearly done. So, yep. So, we're going to save this for part 3. At least I'm glad I get to do my outro in part 2 this time, since because I accidentally ended part 1 by accident, I get to do my outro, because I didn't think I was going to accidentally end it too early. But, at least I get to do my outro now. So, that'll be it for today, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike, give it a thumbs down. Join me next time for the next video. To all you boys, men, and guys out there, boom, fist bumps go to all of you. And to all the girls, ladies, and women out there, mwah, kisses go out to all of you. But until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day.